Yellen says Americans have experienced current inflation rate in a long time. Haven't experienced current inflation rates in a long time. A CNBC story. Many firms are experiencing a shortage of labor, Yellen says during an interview with CNN Sunday. The COVID shock to the economy has caused disruptions that we'll be working through over the next year. And of course, Americans haven't seen inflation like we've experienced in a long time. Host Jake Tapper noted how inflation is growing at its fastest pace in 30 years and asked whether spending more money on Biden's Build Back Better agenda will be pouring gas on the inflation fire, prompting Yellen to say the spending on the bipartisan infrastructure package and a massive social spending package would be spread out over the next decade. Tapper later asked Yellen when she expects the inflation rate to return to 2% levels, which the Federal Reserve classifies as acceptable. She replied, I expect improvement by the middle of next year, second half of next year is what she's saying. Okay, that's her words. Let me see if there's anything else. That's it. Okay.
I have two questions.
Go for it.
Question number one, do you believe her?
Do I believe her?
What she's saying?
Absolutely not.
And question number two, do you believe that she believes what she's saying?
I actually think she does.
Okay.
I actually think she does because, and this is a smart woman. This is not a person that hasn't been around. She's a smart.
She's been done fair share of
I
things.
actually think she does, and I actually think a part of it is what you're supposed to do to make the world not panic and overreact. Because the last thing they want is for people to stop buying, for people to stop spending, for hoarding, going back into that mode.
No.
That is not a thing she wants for the economy because that's not her job. Now, I called Goldman Sachs yesterday. Just to kind of find out what their thoughts are on what's going on. I said, so what do you think is going to happen with rates? He says, well, Powell's already said they're going up. I said, okay, what do you think is going to happen with inflation? He says, it's here. It's not going away. And to control inflation, the way you do it is by increasing the rates, right? So,
so it slows things down.
Say hyperinflation goes. Okay, you go study Jimmy Carter. Today I did a video talking about is Joe Biden the next Jimmy Carter 2.0 or much worse, right?
Yeah.
And we compared how many markers? 10 markers?
Yeah, something like that.
On how inflation was, how misery index was. And we compared from the beginning of his administration to the time he ended, and we compared Biden from the day he got started to where it is today. So it's a very interesting thing. Inflation during Jimmy Carter, do you know how high it got? Nearly 14%.
Yeah.
Okay? During Jimmy Carter.
Where interest rates were double digits at that point,
CDs, you
right?
could get
Insane.
a 16% CD.
Talk about save that money.
Yeah, 16% CD, but it means nothing if you're making 16% CD and inflation is 14%. You're only
And if
really
your mortgage is 12%.
yeah, that means nothing. So
it's all out of whack.
Here's why hyperinflation may not show up. This is when they say hyperinflation may not show up. Here's how hyperinflation may not show up. Hyperinflation may not show up, but 10-15% interest rates may. Before hyperinflation shows up, they will control it by making interest rates 10 to 15%.
Slamming the brakes.
Slamming the brakes at the highest level. Listen, pump the brakes. Don't go finance anymore. If you can't afford $1 million home and you can't put 20% down, guess what? This ain't for you, okay?
Restrict the
no more
access.
5%, no more 10%, none of this stuff. Just go back and buy a $500,000 house and come back 3 years later.
No more
5 years
easy
later.
money. No more free money.
The whole fake money, the easy
Yes.
money stuff. Because money is so freaking cheap right now. It's ridiculous.
There is
how
a
cheap
part.
money
There is a
right now.
part of you. Correct me if I'm wrong, because with all the printing and the fake success, because you get worked up about this, there is a part of you that definitely wants to see some things crumble, some things crash.
Why would I want it though? Tell me why I would want it.
Because
Tell me how
you've
it-
actually made your success the right way.
Yeah.
So when you see fake success, you're like, this.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. So why would I want it? Unpack why I would want it.
Why would you want?
Why would I want that to happen?
Just so reality comes back to normal.
Okay.
I think. I mean, you see a story out there that you put $100 into Shiba Inu, some crypto coin, and
Yeah.
now you're worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous.
Okay.
It's just so far fetched.
Sure.
It's fake success. It's
The
fake money. If you made it the real way, why would you want fake?
The only time where you would want something like this to happen is sometimes we have to be reminded by reality hitting us.
Yeah.
And it hasn't hit America yet.
I also think it's a restructuring of the people who can and know how to do it versus the
That's
people.
one area, but
Yeah.
to me, sometimes, look, we can sit here and philosophically talk about 93 keys to success and how to do this with money and how to do that with money. Sometimes it's simplicity, man. It forces you to go back to simple concepts. This is not about quantitative easing or QE, Q of E's or
Don't spend more than you
P&E
have.
It just goes back to basics. So America needs to be humbled a little bit by the economy. And the way we're going right now, people are thinking this is going to last forever. We had a guy who we were working at Bally's. We both leave Bally's. I go to the insurance industry. Within 3 years in the insurance industry, I'm barely making 6 figures a year. Within 3 years in the mortgage industry, he's making $500K per month.
Wow.
We go to the bank. Per month. I go to the bank, and I'm fighting B of A on a fee. He's two, tellers down. He's saying, I'd like to deposit $1.3 million. And I look at him, I'm like, he looks at me and says, hey, Pat, he just deposited $1.3 million. Just give me the 0.30, 30K.
What year is this?
This is 2004, 2005. First
and he's in the mortgage industry?
He's in the mortgage industry. He's making $500K a month. You know what happened? What happened to that guy? He had 4 Rolls Royces parked outside. Mm-hmm. He says, I need 4 different color 4 Rolls Royces. Living in all the... Everything was financed. Guess what happened? He lost it all. Tax, every single thing wiped out because that was fake success.
Yes.
And fake success gets filtered out very, very quickly. And it's going to happen again. But the direction we're going right now, when a Jack Dorsey says something like this, and people say that'll never happen, the only reason I agree that hyperinflation will never happen is because before hyperinflation comes, you're going to experience 10-15% interest. Oh, you'll see. There'll be 10-15% interest.
And there's also something to be said about there's so many people that are getting money or making money without working.
Right. And here's
let me just finish this and then I'll go to you. What happened to just hard work in America? I'm working my ass off. I'm working hard. I'm working smart. And I'm reaping the benefits of what I sow. Now it's stimulus checks, right? Just unemployment. It's crypto. It's NFT. It's whatever, stock market. It's my house just appreciated 35%. It's cash, all cash buyers. It seems a little too good to be true.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.